Okay, hey everybody, so this is Single Seed Challenge update number 10. 10 already. Now, some of these updates have been YouTube shorts, but they're still updates. Now, right behind me are my 2 Single Seed Challenge plants. Now, if this is the first time seeing this video or seeing this channel's updates for the Single Seed Challenge, I had a second grade classroom who adopted my channel and me as like an honorary participant to their class. And I grew a Single Seed Challenge plant for them along with me. Now their plant is right here, this big one. They named it Moonlight, and then mine is this one, which I named Starbright, just to keep the names together. I like that. I did that last year with Sunshine and Del Sol, the 2 Single Seed Challenge plants from 2021. And we just continued it into 2022. Before we go any further in this video, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, I would appreciate it. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Just type in Down Home Backyard Garden to either of those, and you'll find the channel. On the Facebook and the Instagram page, I try to update every day or every other day with pictures or short videos, if you're interested in that. Okay, so these are a spoon tomato. Now, what does the term spoon tomato mean? It's not a cherry tomato. Cherry tomatoes are much larger. Spoon tomatoes are the size of peas. Yes, peas. You can fit the spoon tomatoes, numerous of them, inside a spoon, hence the name spoon tomato. So as an example, right there is a spoon tomato, which when compared to a normal tomato, you can see the difference. Now the crazy thing about this tomato is it's as big as it's going to get. It will not get any bigger than that. As you can see here, the tomato plant is growing large. I've had to create a trellis system. I've got these things trellised, and this was only 9 days ago when I started the trellis system, and the plant was about right there where my fingers are. Look how much growth is already on it. So for this update, we're gonna extend the trellis up and we're gonna go ahead and harvest. Now I do wanna say one thing. I was able to go to the school the second to last day of the school year and see and meet the second grade class for the first time. And if you kiddos are watching, thank you for inviting me in to your classroom, into your class. And thank you for what you have done for me with this challenge. Your excitement, your exuberance, just everything that you all shared with me made me a better gardener, made me a better Single Seed Challenge person. So heartfelt thank you from me. Now, having said that, let's go ahead and do a harvest of these tomatoes, because there are a lot of them in here.
Warning!
Okay, so I got my first army worm. So that one's about to die. But now it's time to be on the lookout, because where there's one, there's more. Just like that, I've got a handful of spoon tomatoes. Okay, so for this trellis system, all I did was I put T-post in, connected at the top. I know this looks unsightly, I just haven't trimmed that yet. Brought a board across, again, same thing, unsightly. Connected it all, and then started bringing down these baker twines down to these tomato clips. Okay, so I know what you just saw. What in the world is a Christmas ornament doing hanging in the garden? I will put the link to that video right here, and it explains everything. In a nutshell, birds are attracted to red, and I don't want my birds that are in the area eating my tomatoes. So I put up decoys to get the birds to leave my garden alone. And again, it's all explained in that video. With an indeterminate tomato plant, you need to have some kind of a trellis system, because indeterminates grow to an indeterminate height. they will just keep growing and growing. Now, you can leave your tomato plants and just let them sprawl all over the ground. If you have a small backyard garden, you need to utilize all the room that you have. Trellis your plants up into the sky. And with these plants, they're not growing like a normal tomato plant, where you have one stalk and a bunch of fruiting spurs. These things are just like everywhere. That's why I have so many different strings connecting to the different branches of this plant. But it's important to trellis your indeterminate tomatoes. One, it gets the fruit up off the ground so you can harvest more. The bugs and the disease won't get to the fruit or the plants as much. And two, you're getting those fruiting flowers up high to where when the bees and the pollinators are flying around, they're more eye level, for lack of a better way of explaining that. So you want them up high. When you are trellising, you have to remember to constantly keep adjusting your trellising. You don't want the tomato clips stunting the growth. Okay everyone, so that's my update for the Single Seed Challenge 2022, update number 10 here on my spoon tomatoes, both Moonlight and Starbright. Now if you have not looked in or researched what the Single Seed Challenge is, I highly encourage you to do so, especially now that it's summertime. There are always things to do to get kids involved in gardening. Plant that seed in their heads about gardening and how fun it can be. And now this challenge, which Scott Head over on Black Gumbo Southern Gardening created a couple years ago, has really spoke to me, and that's why I'm a big ambassador for this challenge. And I see this challenge as an amazing way to get kids involved in planting, in growing, in learning about the garden, and getting dirt in their nails and not sitting in front of a computer or an iPhone or whatever. This is a great thing to do. And like I said, it's summertime now for most of the country, I'm guessing. At least it is here for where I am. I also want to mention that when I went to the second grade classroom, I was able to take enough tomatoes off of these plants where the kiddos actually were able to taste the tomatoes from this plant, from these plants. And being able to share that with them means a lot to me. It absolutely touched my heart. All right, everyone, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm going to continue doing the updates on the Single Seed Challenge 2022 plants as there's more stuff going on. Now, tomato plants are an annual, so eventually these plants will reach the end of their life. But that's the beauty of the Single Seed Challenge, is you get to watch and document one seed from beginning through the end. That's just part of it. So throwing that out there because I don't know how long they'll last. Maybe I'll have a lot more videos and more updates to come, but if not, it is what it is. It's nature, and we just move on. Hope everyone enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. If you've never heard of a spoon tomato, check out my playlist, which I'll drop down in the link below, in this year's Single Seed Challenge videos. I had never heard of these plants, and I love them. I mean, these little tiny tomatoes that just pop in a salad. I mean, you can't beat that. So, all right, that's all I got. So as always, shine bright and harvest hard. Bye. If you have not looked into what the Single Seed Challenge now if you have not looked in or researched what the Single Seed Challenge is, I highly encourage you to. So build a trellis. Trellis your plants up into the sky. They will just keep growing and growing. Now you can leave your tomato plants and just let them sprawl all over the ground if you want to do that. That takes up room. And if but that takes up room. All right, everyone, as always, shine bright. No, I'm not gonna put that in there. Again, I also want to mention